Can someone tell me what it is about conservative counterculture media and art that, even from the moment it's released, it seems stagnant, unoriginal, and dated? Because that is exactly what's going on with this show, The New Norm. Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle, and yeah, if you guys haven't seen as of late, The New Norm show, it's got this quick little pilot episode on X that's about 3.5 minutes long, and we're gonna go over it because while I can 100% appreciate that conservatives are out there trying to create culture rather than just throwing a fit about the state of modern culture being controlled by leftism, you're not gonna actually win anyone over if this is the best you got. And I get it, the Daily Wire's out there and they're trying to do their thing, trying to create culture with things like Bent Key, their children's programming and their movies, but let's be real, they're not good. I mean, it's not enough to just be different than the left. We still need to have some level of quality, and we are certainly not getting that. So before we get into this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, and yeah, there's no better way to put it. This is sad. The New Norm show, the South Park of X, you're gonna really regret them. Like, when they say the South Park of X, South Park is clever. South Park is well written. South Park is able to be very, clever in the way it takes jabs at both sides. It leaves you very open to the interpretation of the audience and the way they go about thinking, hey, how can I twist this? How can I perceive this? It's just all around very well written, which makes sense. It's written by legitimate comedians who've been doing this for years. Don't ever try and call yourself the South Park of anything unless you know you've got some damn good writing quality to back it up, which this does not have. Legalized humor. Humor isn't even really being attacked anymore. That was a big thing that was happening for years. Comedians getting canceled over jokes. People getting canceled on X over jokes. Oh no, someone lost his entire YouTube channel or his platform because he said something that, apparently was unfunny and offensive to the wrong crowd. But we had David Jaff the other day making, Dr. Disrespect allegation jokes, and people were coming after him, and I made a video talking about how ridiculous that was and how annoying that was, that you can't even make jokes about people like Dr. Disrespect anymore, but people weren't trying to cancel him over it. They were just throwing a fit about the offensive humor. Like, I don't know, I feel like, true to the nature of conservatives, they're so behind the times. This absolutely probably would have worked 7 years ago, but you guys might be wondering, what am I talking about? So actually, let's watch a bit of this. Check the mini pilot for the first animated sitcom on X, featuring Larry Elder, The Rubin Report, Awaken with JP, and a special appearance by the animated Elon Musk. Out the gate, I'm gonna be real. Even the animation isn't that great. Like there are a bunch of people make fun of the SoCal, the Cal art style of like Steven Universe and Star vs. the Forces of Evil, which, don't get me wrong, I hate that art style as well. I think that's a truly terrible, overused art style that just takes absolutely no talent to do. But if this is the best you're coming to the table with as a counteroffer, again, how are you gonna brand yourself? Like, yes, I get they compare themselves to South Park, but South Park looks bad, honestly, intentionally. It adds to the gag. This reeks of them being earnest, like they're actually thinking they've come to the table with something with this.
What's that?
Progress. It's the new norm.
The new norm ain't the same as the old norm.
Right out the gate. Okay, here's a criticism of this joke. They use a country song, a very stereotypical country song, as the opening, tag sort of thing. That's so stereotypical and been done a million times, it's not funny. Like, Last Man Standing has done it. Really, any sort of conservative-oriented TV show uses country western music because it's so ubiquitous with conservative values. What would have been funny is if you used something that's not traditionally conservative. If you would have used, like, hip-hop or punk rock or something to that effect, then you've got a joke there. But no, even your title card is just generic.
I'm the old norm. I want normal beer.
Warning, perimeter reached.
Ugh. It's your fault I got house arrest.
You're the one who threatened the school board.
I gently suggested
Yelled.
they stop breaking.
Again, the cadence with the voices, nothing about this screams quality. It just screams, let's try and own the left. I really do want to see conservatives get out there and make their own artistic media and make something that will stand the test of time and is a genuine counter to what we've been seeing from the left for the last several years that haven't taken over all artistic endeavors. But are you guys getting anything from this? Let's listen to some of the jokes and see if they actually get us to, get us to tickle our funny bone.
Brainwashing my daughter that girls aren't girls and men aren't men.
Sometimes they're neither, or both, or furry and dressed like dogs.
Ow! Janice! What's that?
Warning, offensive.
Actually, that is one of my pronouns. Also they, them, and me.
You're non-binary?
Right there. That was an attempt at a joke. They're like, oh, what is that? And then he's like, oh, well, that's actually one of my pronouns. Like, that's such an easy gag. That is the most low-hanging of low-hanging conservative comedy fruit. That it's not funny. Like, yes, you can draw the dude to have heterochromia and still be wearing a mask even though it's 2024 and have a pink mohawk. But these stereotypes are so played out and, frankly, so true to life. There's not even an exaggeration here. The way comedy works is you exaggerate for added effect. This is just, hey, look at this thing that's real that we've been making fun of on the internet. Let's draw it. Where's the comedy there?
How do you know that word?
I learned it in school.
That's why I'm locked up.
Norm, the judge agreed to conditional parole.
What condition?
Where's my room?
That's
You're
staying here?
Now, here, we finally have it. We've got the hyperbolic, the more exaggerated aspect of what the comedy is. Oh, so you've got this ultra-conservative white dad who's going to be, having to take in this super wokey liberal type. All right, then that's how he's doing his, what's it called? Probation. He's gonna be able to get off house arrest and get out of his probation if he's able to do this. Okay, there's an idea for comedy there. But that would work better as a sketch. Here, it's just a setup for a bunch of lame, quick joke gags that, again, are too on the nose to be funny.
Chaz is part of a new government program.
To re-educate homophobic, transphobic, racist...
Charlie, finally, someone normal.
I don't understand. You're black.
Did that just black whisper?
You're his friend?
And boss. Speaking of, when you coming back to the trophy shop?
How many jokes did they try and do there? Like, oh, did he just black whisper me? And then there was the wokey who was like, oh, man, I can't believe you're friends. This guy's supposed to be an old racist white guy. It's just general, again, Twitter observations. This is the level of stuff that, like, my grandfather would say, and he would say in earnest to the point where the comedy comes from the fact that he is so oblivious he doesn't know that the social norm is not to say that anymore. But in this show, ironically called The New Norm, where you have an older guy, he's actively fighting against saying that stuff because he's keeping up with the politics. He knows that he doesn't like the way the changes are going. It's not even a miscommunication with keeping up with modernity, which is where you could have some comedy come from. I'm running out of ways to describe how just not funny or well written this is.
As soon as I get rid of this, which means I gotta take in that?
Offensive.
Chaz is here to re-educate Norm.
In non-bonery studies.
Offensive.
I'm allergic to dogs.
It's okay. Billy is an emotional support dog and non-binary.
Oh, okay then. Good dog.
I come here to get away from woke.
Trouble at home?
Oh, my boy, or whatever it calls themselves now, is thinking about transitioning.
Reggie?
See, that's supposed to be a lead-in to a gag. Where? I promise you, we're gonna hit play, and there's not gonna be a punchline. It's just gonna be conservative dog whistles. And again, I'm coming off sounding like a raging lefty wokey, so if this is your guys' introduction to my channel, go look at my other videos. Trust me, I'm as anti-woke as they fucking come. But goddamn, is it too much to ask for some quality?
Try Regina.
Transitioning to what?
Another fumble.
Hopefully not a Jets fan.
That has been the only good joke so far. And you want to know why that was a good joke? It really wasn't even a good joke. It was an okay joke. But you want to know why that joke worked? Because it's the first joke they've told in this 2 minutes and 20 seconds that hasn't actually been about identity politics. Like, this is the first non-identity politics driven joke. And it was just a normal comedic joke, which frankly, even the timing, even the delivery wasn't that great on, but it was just refreshing to not have a joke that was so laden with conservative identity politics that I will take it. That's considered refreshing at this point.
Hey, pronoun, this bud's for you.
Offensive.
I can't drink. I'm not 21.
Y'all influenced my boy to cut off his junk, but draw the line at beer?
Again, there's actually an idea for that. There's a good line there. You influence my boy to cut off his junk, but you draw the line at beer. But that delivery was terrible. Why? You got Larry Elder in it, so just so you can say you've got Larry Elder in your show? Like, if he's not going to be good at what he's doing, get a voice actor that, I don't know, has some sense of comedic timing or of actual voice acting, because what could have been a funny line there fell completely flat. Conservatives suck at creating art, and then they wonder why the leftists took over Hollywood.
Can't do this.
Yes, we can.
Find a way to break him.
See, again, this could be a decent visual gag we've got, but there's such old memes at this point. Oh, you've got that tranny that runs the military. You got Joe Biden's homeboy that steals the clothes from the airport, and you've got those military dudes who wore the Scooby-Doo dog fetish masks. All right, these sight gags are dated. They're aged. This would have worked years ago. Like the dog mask dude, the fetish mask, that was years ago at this point. And these two on the right, they're ironically enough on the right. That was an accidental joke, and that was funnier than anything has been in this show thus far. These are old news even by, standards of, because the internet's so fast moving. Like, these meme characters at this point aren't funny anymore because they're real. They're not even caricatured up enough to be funny. Like a homie that's, Biden's staffer that stole the dresses from the airport. This is a pretty damn accurate representation of him. They didn't even really caricature him enough to be comedic. Like I get it. You guys don't like Seth MacFarlane because he's a raging lefty. But at least Seth MacFarlane and Family Guy know how to caricature real-life famous figures.
Maybe we can fix the country.
I just want normals. Beer.
You know there'll be jokes.
The new norm ain't the same as the old norm. Everything's changing and
Yeah, the new norm, the first animated sitcom on X. They really should have let this one on the cutting floor. This was bad, guys. There was nothing good about this. I mean, again, in a way, I do appreciate the attempt of the right, of the conservatives, to try and come out and create culture. Because when you just sit back and bitch about culture all the time, kind of like what I'm doing right now, and you're not doing anything to create it and to make changes, then yeah, obviously it's kind of like bitching about, who won for office when you didn't go out and vote. You're not doing anything about it, so why do you have a say in this? However, do you care about this? Is your whole heart and soul into creating this cartoon? Was it your passion to be a cartoonist, to write a script, to make a TV show that will change, will change the public zeitgeist? Or do you just want to own the left and you see, oh, the left makes cartoons like Steven Universe, let's do our own version of that? That's not a good reason, because then you're only in it to, when you're only in it to try and own the left, and you're only in it to try and make a political statement, it's gonna age like milk. It's gonna be dog shit as it's airing. I mean, this is gonna be no better than something like Velma, because you're not actually in it for your love and your creativity and your passion. I don't know, sue me, but I think all the TV shows and movies and books and comics and everything that's remembered for its greatness is remembered because the creators came at it with true blue passion. I mean, Futurama, I'm going to go back to some of the older animated television shows that were more adult-oriented. Futurama was clearly a labor of love for that entire writing team, and it's looked at with just as much fondness as The Simpsons. I mean, The Simpsons, people talk about how it went over the hill a long time ago and how it's crash and burn and it's awful. People still speak fondly of Futurama. Hell, people even spoke positively of the revival of Futurama. That almost never happens, but why did it happen in this instance? Because there was passion there. It wasn't being done for a vanity reason of winning some sort of political shell game. I'm sorry, if this is the best the right has got, then I would rather give us what the left is actually putting out there, because while it is awful and while it's terrible, it's at least fun to make fun of. This was just sad. But those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Not always about right-wing media or what's going on the internet, but anime, movies, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon, and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos I react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course, get involved with over 70 other vital idols. We are a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow larger, because we do care about diversity, but only one kind of diversity. Diversity of thought. So if that's something you think you'd enjoy, join the Discord, hit that subscribe button, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.